So I'm going to show you guys how I made this super easy lace-up sweater. It's no-sew, so it's super simple. Now all you need is a string of any type. I chose ribbon, fabric scissors, eyelets, and eyelet tool kit. This can come with your eyelets or you might have to buy it separately. So first things first, I'm going to cut the neckline off the sweater. You'll see I'm going to trace that with a pencil. Now, if I could go back, I would have cut a little less of the neck off just so it wouldn't be so far off my shoulders, but that's your personal choice. Okay, so now I'm going to begin cutting off the line I traced. And I only cut halfway because I'm going to fold this piece that I just cut in half to get an even look on the other side. Okay, so now I'm going to use the same pencil I used to trace the neckline to make my V. Now I go from the center of the neck area in the front and come outwards in drawing a V. You might want to try it on. You can't see because I cut this part out, but I actually tried mine on and see how low the V I drew went to see if that's how low I wanted my actual shirt to come, and it worked out good. So I would say try it on and make sure that's how low you actually want it. So now I'm going to cut the V, and I'm going to use the same technique I used when I cut the neckline in folding it in half to making sure it's very even. Okay, so now you see me trimming off the excess because you want a very neat line. Even though this is knit, this part of the knit won't stretch as much and roll up, so any unprecise cutting you do can be seen, but I still stretch it anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to fold the sweater in half to start making the marks to decide where I want to place the eyelets at. Now I'm going to go with this pink highlighter. And here you've seen I've already made the 3 dots, but I'm showing you guys how I get the dots to transfer to the other side for an even application. So I make a dot on the outside, I flip it over, I dot the inside of the fabric, and then close it with the other side to make sure that they match up. So seeing that the highlighter made a mark on the other side, I'm going to put more highlighter there to create a mark on the opposite side so that the eyelets will be in the exact same spot on both sides of the sweater. Okay, so now I'm going to go on my scissors and make holes to where I want for the eyelets. So I'm just going to poke the scissors through the little dot I drew. And you don't want a big hole or else the eyelet will slip through. So just do it enough to pierce the fabric to where you see the tip of the scissors. Just like that. And then you'll widen it up later by sticking a pencil through it. That will ensure that it won't be too big. Okay, so now we're about to grab our eyelets. I got these at Walmart. These were the largest ones they had, and they did not come with the little kit. I actually had the kit before. So there's two pieces and they're different in size. The piece that goes through the top part of your fabric is longer and narrower. The one that will go on the bottom or inside of your fabric is shorter and wider. So I'm going to turn my shirt inside out to apply the eyelets where I want them exactly. And you're going to see me grab the little black tool. This goes on the bottom of where you want to place your eyelet. So I put that down first, and then I grab the longer and narrower eyelet because it goes through the right. I'm showing you guys again. You see how the top one went straight inside because it's narrower. That's the one we're going to put on the black piece. So I just stick it inside the fabric. Now I'm going to stick the wider one on top of that one. Sometimes strings can get in the way, so you can just use a pencil to move the strings. So I stick that one on top because it's wider. It fits on top of the other one. And I'm just going to grab the little silver piece next. That you will sit on top of the eyelet. You can hammer on top of that. In my case, I didn't have a hammer, so I used an old trophy, a very old trophy. You want to make sure that it's really tight and nicely in there. You'll be able to tell because the inside of the eyelet will have spread out prongs from the top eyelet. And that's how it should look when you're done. So I'm just going to widen up this hole and prepare it to put another eyelet there. Okay, so guys, this is what I have so far. Now, I end up changing the shape, which you guys will see in a little bit, but right now I'm about to cut the bottom band off the sweatshirt. So to cut the band off, I didn't want it too short, but I want it shorter than what it was, and I didn't like the band on it. So I'm just going to cut as close to the band as I can. This will ensure that I get a straight cut. And that's what you essentially want because you don't want it to look like your first grade cutting project. You want it to look nice and precise and neat. So I'm just sure to do that when I'm cutting. And then you can trim any mess ups you make. Since it's knit, you're going to stretch it to make the ends roll up and have a nicer finish. Now I'm going to add 2 more eyelets down the center, and I end up adding 2 more eyelets to each side in addition to the other 2, just to have a more full lace look. So now I'm showing you guys how I create the flat V shape. So normally V's have a point, and I was going for a V-neck originally, but I did change my mind and I decided to make it square at the bottom instead of pointing. So now I'm just repeating the same steps. Put the narrow eyelet through the bottom of the fabric, place that on top of the black tulle after putting the whiter one on top of that. Grab my little silver piece and my trophy so that I can hammer it next. Okay, so this is the final eyelet setup. So with your string, you're going to fold it in half, and when you do the first bottom eyelets, threading those, you're going to go through the top of the fabric, through the hole. And for the other ones, you're going to go through the bottom of the fabric up to the hole instead of going down the hole. So see how I'm going upwards? We're going to do that for the continuance of all the eyelets. Okay guys, so that's basically it. It was super easy, super simple, and super cute. This is me in the sweater. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this DIY.